Have you ever wondered what happens to your body when you drink black coffee on an empty stomach? In this video, I'm going to tell you the truth about what black coffee really does to you in the morning. And spoiler alert, it's not all good news. Drinking black coffee first thing on an empty stomach may give you an initial boost in energy and alertness thanks to the caffeine. But after the caffeine high wears off, coffee on an empty stomach can wreak havoc on your body and mood. In this video, I'll go over 6 ways that coffee impacts you when you drink it first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. Caffeine boost. The caffeine found in coffee is absorbed rapidly into the bloodstream when consumed on an empty stomach, leading to an immediate surge in energy and alertness. However, this initial boost in energy from the caffeine can also subsequently result in a caffeine crash later on as the effects of the caffeine begin to wane. Specifically, the caffeine molecules in coffee are able to enter the bloodstream quickly through the lining of the stomach and small intestine when a person drinks coffee without eating any food. The caffeine then travels throughout the body and crosses the blood-brain barrier, where it proceeds to block adenosine receptors in the brain that are responsible for feelings of drowsiness and fatigue. This blocking of adenosine results in increased alertness and wakefulness. Stomach irritation. Drinking coffee on an empty stomach first thing in the morning may irritate the delicate stomach lining for some individuals and potentially lead to feelings of nausea or indigestion. The acidic compounds found in coffee, including high amounts of chlorogenic acid, can be harsh on an empty stomach and may trigger an upset stomach, especially for those with sensitive stomachs or digestive issues. While coffee in moderation can be fine for most adults and even provide certain health benefits when consumed regularly, it is best to avoid or limit coffee intake on an empty stomach. The stomach contains digestive acids to break down food, but without any food present, these acids can irritate the stomach lining. Coffee adds additional acids that may exacerbate this irritation and discomfort. To prevent stomach upset from coffee, it is best to have coffee later in the morning after eating breakfast or another meal. Eating food before drinking coffee helps coat the stomach lining and prevents the acids from causing discomfort. It also helps balance the pH in the stomach since both food and coffee are acidic. Starting with a lower acid coffee or cold brew coffee may also help prevent stomach irritation for those who still want to enjoy their morning cup of joe. Adding milk or creamer to coffee can also help neutralize some of the acidity and make the beverage more stomach-friendly. Impact on blood sugar. Coffee consumption initially causes a spike in blood sugar levels due to the caffeine in the drink. However, this spike in energy and alertness is often short-lived. As the effects of the caffeine wear off, blood sugar levels crash back down, which can lead to lower energy, decreased focus, and hunger. In order to avoid this undesirable energy crash after drinking coffee, it is best to pair your coffee with a healthy, balanced breakfast. A nutritious breakfast will help sustain blood sugar levels and provide lasting energy and mental focus to get you through the morning. Some good options to have with coffee include oatmeal with fruit and nuts, a vegetable omelette or scramble, Greek yogurt with granola, or a protein smoothie. While coffee may provide an initial burst of wakefulness, it lacks the nutrients needed for prolonged mental and physical energy. Only by combining coffee with a nutritious meal can you harness the alertness of coffee while avoiding the subsequent energy crash. Rather than viewing coffee as a replacement for breakfast, it is best to think of it as a complement to a good breakfast for overall wellness and productivity throughout the day. In summary, coffee and breakfast should go hand in hand. Coffee delivers an initial jolt of energy and wakefulness, but lacks the sustenance to maintain those effects. A healthy breakfast provides the fuel you need to power your day. By pairing your morning coffee with a balanced breakfast, you can get the best of both worlds and enjoy the benefits of coffee without the undesirable crash in energy and mood. Anxiety and restlessness. The sudden influx of caffeine from coffee consumed on an empty stomach can potentially lead to feelings of anxiety, jitteriness, restlessness, and overstimulation in certain individuals, particularly those who are sensitive or intolerant to the physiological and psychological effects of caffeine. When caffeine is rapidly absorbed into the bloodstream without the moderating presence of food in the stomach, it can cause a dramatic spike in alertness, wakefulness, heart rate, and blood pressure that may feel temporarily disruptive or distressing. These effects tend to be most pronounced in people who do not regularly consume coffee or other caffeinated beverages, as they have not developed a strong tolerance to the impacts of caffeine. However, even infrequent coffee drinkers, an especially large cup of coffee on an empty stomach may provoke an undesirable level of stimulation and agitation. It is advisable for those concerned about negative reactions to limit coffee intake to moderate levels and avoid consuming it without food whenever possible. Insomnia. Drinking coffee too early in the day on an empty stomach can have unintended consequences that disrupt your sleep-wake cycle. In particular, consuming caffeine, especially in the morning before eating any food, can interfere with your body's circadian rhythms and make it challenging to fall asleep at night. The stimulating effects of caffeine can persist for 6 to 8 hours or more after ingestion, depending on factors like dosage, individual metabolism, and liver function. During this extended period, the caffeine remains active in your bloodstream and continues to block adenosine receptors in the brain that normally promote drowsiness. Without the increased adenosine signaling that typically occurs throughout the day and peaks in the evening, your body does not receive the cues that it is time to begin winding down for sleep. As a result, you may feel wide awake late into the night, struggle to fall asleep at your usual bedtime, and experience poor sleep quality even once you do drift off. These after effects of daytime caffeine use on sleep can continue for multiple nights until the caffeine is completely cleared from your system. To ensure you get the restorative rest you need each night, limit caffeine intake to earlier in the day and avoid having coffee, energy drinks, or other caffeinated beverages within 6 hours of your target bedtime. Staying properly hydrated, eating regular meals, reducing screen time before bed, and practicing a calming nightly routine can also help restore balance to your body's circadian rhythms and promote better sleep at night. Heartburn. Coffee is acidic in nature and has the potential to activate and intensify heartburn symptoms when consumed on an empty stomach, particularly among those who suffer from acid reflux or gastroesophageal reflux disease, GERD. The high acid content of coffee can irritate the esophagus and stimulate excess stomach acid production in people with acid reflux, leading to discomfort and pain. While coffee is a beloved beverage for many and offers several health benefits when consumed in moderation, it may not be well tolerated by those with acid reflux or GERD, especially when drunk in the morning before eating anything. The acidic, caffeinated nature of coffee can exacerbate acid reflux and heartburn symptoms on an empty stomach by relaxing the lower esophageal sphincter, allowing stomach acid to flow back up into the esophagus. For people with acid reflux or GERD, it is best to avoid coffee altogether or at least limit intake and have it with food instead of on its own to minimize digestive issues. If coffee is a must, choosing a low-acid coffee and always pairing it with food can help reduce problems. In summary, while coffee on an empty stomach may provide an initial energy and alertness boost, it can have some negative impacts on sleep, stomach irritation, blood sugar, and anxiety. It is best to limit coffee to 1 cup per day and pair it with food to reduce negative side effects. So there you have it, the truth about drinking black coffee on an empty stomach. My advice is to limit your coffee intake, avoid it first thing in the morning, and always have it with food. That way you can enjoy the benefits of coffee like increased alertness and improved mood, without the nasty side effects.